Welcome to another episode of Pinball in a Movie. Today I will be talking to you about the movie called They Live from director John Carpenter, released in 1988, the year I was born and where I get my channel name from, the numbers. It was really great to watch this movie for the first time after seeing this original table a couple months ago. And so I want to talk to you guys a little bit about it. So I thought it was a great movie through and through. There was no dragged out scenes. It was pretty interesting. There was fight scenes. There was some parts that were funny. And yeah, I mean, I thought the acting from Roddy Piper was pretty good too, considering, this guy's a wrestler. And interesting to see Meg Foster in there. And I thought the supporting role by Keith David as Frank was great as well. But let's talk about the theme of the movie. And I think the theme is something that we can all kind of relate to, right? Where there is this unknown force or some kind of group in the background that holds and wields all the power in our society, right? The global elites, and this film kind of talks about that, how the rich get richer and the poor get poorer. And so in this film, Roddy Piper, he's looking for a job, and because they're just the people that are in control, don't need, they don't need his kind of work anymore. And so he comes and finds these shades, and when he puts them on, he sees the truth, like what's actually going on, right? When he puts on the shades, he sees signs that say obey, sleep, consume. And I love that. I love how it's such a simple thing, because he'd put on the shades and the camera lens would turn black and white. And so, it's, and you saw like how it changed, right? A sign that said, "Come to the Caribbean," when he put on the shades, meant marry and reproduce. So there's so many things that you can take from this movie, but I thought it was really well done, where, you have this resistance kind of group where the people that know the truth are trying to be basically stopped, or killed for exposing the truth. And you get that a lot in today's society, where, people who expose, the truth about things sometimes end up paying for it, with their life, or, there's consequences, right? And so for a film from 1988, this was very pertinent today, because they even mentioned that they were talking about the year 2025, right? 2 years from now. And so the concepts and the themes in this movie that were raised definitely have a lot to do with today. There were scenes where you could see like little like probes following Roddy Piper, and he had to shoot them down. So you think about your privacy, and how who's ever in control needs a way to send out its message and to track its people, right? The humans. So you think about today, we have, think about the cookies in your browser that track where you go on the internet. And then you have all these data privacy ethics that are becoming more important now. Data privacy, data protection. So it was a great movie, great fight scenes. The fight scene in the alley was my favorite. What a great, I was laughing because it was just funny because it was so realistic. And the soundtrack was good too. and I'm really glad that I saw it, and I really appreciate being able to play this table after having seen the movie. It really brings it all together, culminates it really well. And so I recommend you guys, if you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. It's not a long movie, it's only like an hour and 35 minutes. So yeah, you'll get a lot out of it, I think. And it's amazing because, you know, for 1988 film, it did really well for keeping my attention. So, well guys, we're going to be playing this table. I did a video for it before, but now that I have seen the film, we can play it now, and maybe I get some things out of it. As you can see on the back, on the table, you can see the signs sleep, consume. You can see the satellite dish where they're transmitting those signals. And of course, the freaky looking zombie creature things. You know, I like how also the title is called They Live. You know, because who is they? Who are they? You know, they don't want to be found out. They want to kind of stay in the shadows, right? So it's not really saying they. And you kind of don't really get to know that even in the movie. You're like, who are they? You're still like, who? You know? They don't really explain it.
Somebody please explain to me what the hell that's all about.
Weird stuff. The epidemic of violence, what they've been saying.
I'll see you later.
It's almost kind of scary how, like, how relevant this movie is to today. Like, are people is like the person who created this story one of the people that could see, like, you know, wearing the metaphor shades. A lot of themes about conformity and law. That was the funny part, yeah. You know, your head looked like it fell on the cheese. Oh, what did I get here? That was pretty cool. Oh man, you can't help but notice Roddy Piper's Canadian accent. Love it.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
Yeah, and that line too. I know I said this before, but it really is great watching these movies, like kind of going back in time. Movies from the 80s, 90s, 70s. Not people.
No, you ain't showing me nothing. I got a wife and kids, so leave me alone. Wait! Hey! You better find yourself someplace to hide and keep praying nobody ever finds you. Try these on. Look, you crazy.
My only thing is, I feel like the movie could have been a little longer. Like, I feel like the ending could have been a little longer, but maybe it was just right. You know, there was no, like... Ooh, I like that. What is that? It looks like... Ah! Well, guys, thank you for watching me play They Live again in this episode of Pinball in a Movie. Definitely recommend that you guys watch this if you haven't. Till next time, I'll catch you guys later.